Hey, welcome back. I'm Alex, and in this video, you're gonna learn how to build authority and create anticipation with your email list with what I call a pre-promo campaign. Now, these are 3 emails that I often send to my list before I do any sort of promotional campaign, and these will really help you not only boost your revenue, but also better understand and serve your clients and customers, which, like I said before, should be 100% the backbone of everything we do online as marketers and copywriters. All right, so with that, let's get started with this first email. Now, I am a big fan of Persuasion. If you haven't read the book Persuasion by Robert Cialdini, definitely go pick up that bad boy along with his iconic book Influence. Those 2 books alone have taught me so much about influence and persuasion and really how to better understand your customer, better understand your audience. So this is an email that I call future pacing. Of course, future pacing is an NLP technique. I am not an NLP expert, but it's an email that I love to send, especially before I'm doing a high ticket promotion, right? This is really when you're trying to sell something that might be a little bit of a stretch for most people on your list to try to really get them to see themselves in the future and what could be possible for them if they had your help. So in this email, you simply want to ask a version of what are your goals this year? Now, please do not copy this word for word. This is written in my voice. This is the way I would say it. There are so many different ways that you could ask someone, hey, what are you looking to achieve this year? What are your goals? What is, at the top of your bucket list? There are so many different ways you can ask this. So I really challenge you to come up with your own language for really getting inside the mind of your customers or your clients' customers. So the email that I sent out actually before I launched my high ticket coaching program was, hey Name, wanted to check in quick and see how you're doing. The team and I have been insanely busy behind the scenes working on something pretty freaking epic. You'll get more details on it very soon, but first I have an important question for you. Imagine it is June 1st, 2022, so this was sent on June 1st, 2021. Imagine it's June 1st, 2022, 1 year from today, and I run into you on the street, somewhere fab, obvi. Me, oh my God, hey Name, how was your year? You, ... What would have to happen in the next 365 days to make this your best year ever? Get back to me and let me know. Missing you and the OG Launchpad crew, Alex. So this email went out to one of my higher level customer groups. Of course, this was to pre-frame them on my something pretty freaking epic coming soon. So the intention here, and I said this earlier, but this is so important, is to let them tell me in their own language what they need. Now, this might seem subtle, but one change that I actually made, going back to the whole, previous video on one of the reasons why list monetization is so powerful is agile copywriting. I had already written all of my launch emails talking about how my RAIN coaching program is going to take them from side hustle to 6 figures. That is what I was talking about. That was the big promise. That was the big idea. However, when they got back to me in response to this email, many of them didn't use the words 6 figures. I thought, that's interesting. Almost all of them said, I want to hit 10K a month. And most of them said 10K, not 10,000, not 10 grand. It was 10 with a K. Don't ask me why. And of course, if you were to look at it logically, you'd be like, what, 10K a month? That's $120,000 a year. So that's actually over 6 figures technically. Yet 6 figures was not language they were using. They were saying 10K. So knowing that, I actually went back and I updated a lot of my messaging to say, hey, I'm going to help you break through that 10K a month mark. And those subtle little changes in language can be a deal breaker, and it's so important that you listen to your audience and use the language that they use. All right? Now, email number 2. This is the great, how can I support you email. So this is literally in response to every single email that you get back answering that first question of, hey, what are your goals in the next year? You respond back. This isn't an autoresponder. This is your team, your support person writing back saying, How can I support you with that? Now, if you have a massive list, obviously this is going to be incredibly time consuming, which is why you may want to decide when is the best time to use this strategy. If you have a small business and you are just getting started, you have absolutely no reason why you should not be using this strategy, because the answers you get and the pre-framing that happens is absolutely pure gold, okay? So here I wrote back to every single person that responded and said, "These are awesome. Name. Love that. What support do you need to make that happen?" Now, part of me asking is, of course, creating the dialogue, creating the engagement, but it's also to help them even think further about, okay, here's where I want to go. How am I going to get there? There is a gap between where I am now and where I want to be. And here's the thing. Most people have no freaking idea how you can support them because they haven't gone down that path before. All they know is that they are where they're at and they want to get to whatever goal they set for themselves this year. And your goal isn't to help them identify exactly how you're going to help them, but it's to get them to understand that there is that gap and associate you as part of the solution that can help them get there, right? So a little bit of that back and forth dialogue is so powerful. And then I go to email 3. Now, this is a real-time send it out to everybody at once type of email. So usually I send this a few days after that first initial future-pacing email. And basically this email is a teaser for the big promotion coming up. So I send this usually a day, about 24 hours before the promo actually starts, right? And the goal, of course, is to get them to continue to open and read my emails. So really playing up that concept of commitment and consistency. I've been going back and forth with them in their inbox. Now they get another email from me and they know that something is coming. Now, the essence of this email and the content of this email is just to build anticipation and open a loop. And of course, in this email is where you're going to want to use a lot of the language that you heard your audience using in response to your first email. So share who it's for, right? Get buy-in, get them to raise their hand and say, "Oh my gosh, this is it. I said I wanted this in a year. Alex asked me how she could support me, and now she's telling me how she can help me get there. Oh my gosh, this is for me," right? And there's no CTA in this email. It is purely just a teaser to open a loop. So you can see in my email here, I say, "So many of my students in the past year have become full-time, highly paid copywriters, all right smack in the middle of a global pandemic." You'll hear some of their stories later. So no matter what 2020 may have thrown your way, this is your moment to take back control and own 2021 starting tomorrow. Let the countdown begin. P.S. The Copy Posse Launchpad is not just designed for aspiring copywriters. It's also fantastic for entrepreneurs, coaches, or business owners. We had a few in our first season who used the program to optimize their copy, increase conversions, and launch new products. Or if you're an existing copywriter who wants to amp up your portfolio alongside a killer support group of like-minded creatives, you'll love it here too. In the Launchpad, you'll learn exactly what's needed to boost your bottom line with precise and powerful messaging. So if you're into that, we welcome you to join us starting tomorrow. Now, this email is for another product than the one I mentioned sooner, but it's the same, the concept still applies. This is a perfect teaser email where I'm basically saying, yo, heads up, doors are opening tomorrow for this campaign or this promotion. You don't have to send a teaser email, but I'm a big fan of the teaser emails. I love to build anticipation right there in the inbox. So like I said, that email will go out, 24, 48 hours before the actual promo starts. So short and sweet, those 3 emails can really help prep and prime your audience to be more receptive to the promotion that you will be sending. And of course, it goes without saying that this works when you are consistently nurturing your list, sending content, adding value, and of course, building a relationship with your audience. So now that you've got my 3 email pre-promo campaign, it is time to move into the juicy stuff. In my next video, I will teach you my 6 email sales campaign formula for turning signups into sales, which, let's be honest, it's why you're all here. I cannot wait to see you in that video. Until then, ciao for now.